Hi, I'm Emily Babinchak, junior reporter for Parkland TV studio. Today, we interviewed teachers, parents, students, and administrators on what they like and dislike about Schoology. Here's what they had to say.
My name is Tammy Bennick. I'm an assistant principal for curriculum and instruction here at Parkland High School. And I use Schoology quite a bit off and on throughout the course of the school year. One of my primary uses of it is for summer assignments. So about 3 years ago, we went to an online platform for all of our summer assignments so that families would no longer have to come in and pick up actual hard copy textbooks. So it's really helped us to go green, if you will, when it comes to those summer assignments. I do use it quite heavily. What I like about it is the fact that it has allowed us to go green. It's a user-friendly platform. Anyone who's done any sort of social networking may notice the similarities to what you see in something like Facebook. It's a very similar setup.
I like keeping everything in one place. I like the materials page where all the kids have all their stuff in one page. I use the calendar feature a lot every day to keep them on track as well as myself. I use the update feature, which will send them updates and they can get that on their phone. That really works well for the kids that do that. Frustrating would be syncing the grades. Sometimes is slow, but it always works, but sometimes it takes longer for the thing to spin around. Overall, I like it.
I like Schoology because my teachers put up all my assignments I have to do by the time they are supposed to be due. The thing I don't like about Schoology is that sometimes teachers don't update it at all.
I like Schoology because it allows me to keep track of the assignments that I need to complete, but I dislike Schoology because sometimes teachers put irrelevant information under the upcoming tab, and it confuses me with things that I need to complete and things that I have already completed.
So I think the thing that I like the best about Schoology is that we can make courses inside of Schoology itself. So I have a course entitled The Class of 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 that I can get information right away out to the students based on class, pertaining to whatever they would do. So for example, prom, post-prom, Mr. Parkland, I can get information out to them right away regarding that so that they know what they need to do. I can get on the club, their specific club sites, and be able to communicate with them. As well as also be able to communicate with faculty on things that we have upcoming so that we can plan and get things done right away. So in that way, Schoology has been a big help. So that we can better coordinate things and all be on the same page. I think the biggest frustration is that everybody hasn't bought into it yet. So I feel that not everybody is on the same page and checking it regularly. Like for example, myself included, I'll get a notification or an email and it'll pop up in my other email, and I won't necessarily go to Schoology to respond back or check it. I'll just do it through email, whereas I'd sort of rather have it be the main thing that we would use instead of going to a bunch of different places to do the same thing.
Well, I love the easy access I get by using Schoology. Really helps me get my grades up so I know what I have to do, because I am not very good at writing my homework in my agenda book. The worst thing about Schoology is teachers can make homework due before the class period.
Something I dislike about Schoology is that teachers do not use the calendar as effectively as they should, which makes things kind of confusing because some teachers use it and some don't.
My name's Amanda Anderson, and not only do I work in the technology department, but I have 4 kids in the district. I have 2 in the high school and 2 in the middle school who are all active on Schoology. What I like about Schoology is I like the calendar feature, so that whenever a teacher puts in an assignment with a due date, I can go in and see what's going on. So if I have a kid who comes home and says they have no homework, I can double check to make sure that they did their homework, or at least see what's going on in their classes. What that brings up is with teachers who are not active on Schoology, it is harder to keep up with what's going on in their classes. And as my kids get older, they're more responsible. They have to take the responsibility to keep up with their own work, but as a parent, it's nice to see what's going on in their classes and to really have a good idea of what they're learning and what's being covered, what projects are coming up and everything. So again, my favorite feature is definitely the calendar feature. Using the parent portal, or at least the parent access in Schoology, not only can I see my students with the groups that they're involved in and their schools and all their classes, I can also have a separate area where it's just the parent area, that messages that go out out to the general building, and that's also really helpful. I don't know that that's used very often. I don't get a lot of messages from either building, but when they do come through, it's nice to see what's going on in the schools. It's a great communication portal. I have the Schoology app on my phone, and I also log in on the computer. Both ways work really well for me.
I really like that Schoology is streamlined and easy to use. I can get to all the resources I need, any PDFs or images that teachers upload that we need for essays. It's super easy to access. Things I dislike about Schoology, sometimes it's a little bit hard to find exactly what I need. So if we had like a search icon or something, that might be cool.
One thing I don't like about Schoology is when my teachers don't have folders with organized things, because then I find it hard to find my assignments. And I also don't like when tests are timed, because then I feel rushed and I don't take my time.
On Schoology, I don't like when the teachers actually don't put the work on it. Like, there's supposed to be work in the folders.
One thing that I don't exactly like about Schoology is after you finish an assignment, but they still have the assignment on the page, so all these building up overdue assignments I did are just stacking on your webpage.